Hey guys, have you ever been programming and come across things like null pointer exception, segmentation fault? I think that's pretty common in the programming world nowadays. So in this video, we're going to try to break down pointers by talking about the three most important things you need to know, which are pointer itself, the dereference operator, also known as the value of operator, and also the address of operator. So in this video, we're gonna make pointers as simple as possible. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to work with pointers freely without breaking your program or running into undefined conditions. So if you stick to the end, I'm also going to give you some advanced concepts in pointers to make you a pro, a professional. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Okay, let's say we have a value of 5 stored at address 200. Address 200 will have a value of 5. Let's say this is the address, then a value of this value. This is the address, this value. And then we'll have another value, another address 200 and let's say 1000. Address 1000. And then we want to create a pointer to this value now. The pointer basically stores the address of the value. So to create a pointer to this address, you just write the value 200 in the, like, this is like the low level interpretation of pointers, like the low level implementation of pointers. So to write this in code, we will say to create a reference to 200, to the address 200, to the value 5, we'll say int, let's say n is equal to 5. So this 5 now is a reference to address 100. Create a pointer now to n. You do int. This is the value, how pointers are created. You create an integer, and then the value, then equal to the address. This and is address of operator, address of n. So if you print pointer, you print pointer, if you print pointer, you would see print pointer, you would see 200. If you print n, you would see 5. If you print the value of, sorry, that is the, if you dereference pointer, referencing, it looks like this. You'll see the pointer, and then it gets the value stored in the address stored by this point, pointed to by this point. So what do you think it's print? Print 5. So there are three things I'm going to try to break down to you now. Code, that is the address of pointer, like the value of operator, and then the pointer and the address of. So let's look at code now. This is like low level, very low level. So now we're gonna look at code and try to work with it in code. I think with code it will be a little more, much more helpful. Okay, so to create a pointer, we need to have something it's pointing to. So initially we'll create a normal integer n, like we did, initialize it to value 5. So create a pointer to this n, we use, okay, firstly, a pointer data type has to match the data type of the variable it points to. So that's why we're using int as pointer data type. Int pointer is equal to the address of n. So this stuff, this ampersand, is equal to address of. Okay, I forgot to add my double column there, my semicolon. Okay, so that's basically how you create a pointer. So there's also one other thing we need to know now. So let me just print out everything and show you how it looks. So like, let me add my namespace. I won't have to be using all this standard days. So you first let me print out and show you how it brings. So the first one, we actually print out the n, which is that the original direct value stored in point that is referenced to by n, that is 5. And then pointer stores the address of n. So we are expecting the second line to be an address. And then the third line, in the reference, it gets the value pointed to. So the second line, the third line is supposed to also be 5. Okay, so now we can see that the first line is 5, and then the second line looks like a memory address, and then third line is 5. So we got the 5. I think the first one is pretty explainable, just like explicit, just directly get the value, the number, or printing any variable. And then the second one is a pointer, it stores the address of 5. Then the third one is address of operator. Basically, that's how you create pointers and access pointers. Okay, so this video, yeah, I talked about arrays, and then I told you that arrays are so is a pointer to to a set of coherently stored. There's a word I use there, but like integers stored next to each other, or values stored next to each other in memory. They say a contingent array. That was what I used there. Contingent memory sections. It goes. So today I'm going to try to explain that. So to create a pointer to this array, you do like the usual integer pointer equal to is equal to um so it's equal to, you don't even need to use the address of operator here. That's because array is already a pointer to an integer. So if you try to print the reference this value now, let's the way we usually dereference is we print the value stored in pointer. Yeah, so we can see that we got 1 in the terminal. I don't know if that's large enough. Let me increase it. Oh shit, that isn't okay. Yeah, you can see here now that we have 1, and that's because our the first value in our array here is 1. So array is a pointer to the first value in a set of contiguous memory section, in a contiguous memory section of like the same data type. So this pointer now, if you want to use this pointer to access the next element here, that's what we call pointer arithmetic. You just increase it like you do a normal, like you're doing normal mathematics. You know, if you do like it will increase the pointer but not print. So like you do pre-increment and then get the print the value. So yeah, we can see that we got 3. So that's basically how you access. You can iterate through an integer by doing this. So you increase the pointer and then dereference it. Okay, so let's say we have 2 functions, add and subtract, and then we don't want to call them like directly or like individually. We want to just call them directly through pointers. So to create a pointer to this, would use this is how it looks. So you'd create another function operation. Let's call it operation up, and it accepts 2 integers. And then what does it do next? It also accepts the function, the pointer to the function. So the way the syntax is this, just pay attention here now. You create in in brackets, you write the name of function. Like this does the name here doesn't really matter. Call it whatever you want. And then very important that you write the parameters the function take. The function you want to point to takes. So now here we're pointing to add and subtract. Both of them accept integers, two integers. So that's why we're writing two integers here. And then this name here represents whatever name we're calling it, whatever name we want to call. So the operation here it does is this. It just return a function, name of function, and then name of function of x and y. You just pass the values given to it. So this is exactly, just this is very simple. This is exactly how it does. Just the value of the function, calling the function on these parameters. Then you use the dereference operator, that is the value of, and then return that. That's basically it. So to use this in main, let's say we have int x equal to 5 or 6, and then int y is equal to, let's say, I don't know, 60. And then we want to carry this operation on them. So we can say print. Okay, let me say for addition. Let's say we don't have an idea how this addition works. So we'll just see, just print out addition. Okay, we print out up. Just call up of, give it x and y, and then the function name, just the name of the function. Let's say add. And then we'll do the same thing, but with sub. Is that what I called it? Yeah. Sub. So let's compile this. And here we can see that the values, the addition gave us the 66 and the subtraction gave us 54. So that is how you pass functions, parameters to other functions using what we call pointers. You can see that pointers are very powerful but it can also help you blow your food. Like James Gosling, the founder of C++ said that like C++ prevents you from shooting yourself on the foot. But like when you do shoot yourself on the foot, it blows it off completely. So it's very powerful, but like with great power comes great responsibility. So be careful how you're using all this stuff so you don't destroy your system in process. Or you can just go and access one very dangerous memory section using pointers and something bad can happen. So if you follow all the steps I've like stated in this video and do it properly, do more examples. So like you won't run into any problems. All those segmentation fault and what they call it, null pointer, this kind of stuff. So I have a task for you. Use pointer to swap the value of two integers. Don't use temporary variable. Use pointers to swap the value of two integers. I'll write the solution in the comment section. Yeah. If you've gained some value, like and subscribe, share. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.